What a game it's going to be.
What a game indeed. Potential to be just an absolute stonker of a game.
Or just thoroughly disappointing.
Well, let's hope it's not like the Ross Bowl game too, because that was quite disappointing as a matchup. I was really looking forward to that, and then just became a bit of a damp squib in the end.
Yeah, I mean that was pretty done and dusted by half time, really.
Yeah, ran away with it with a 30-point lead in the end. Just looked comfortable for them the whole way.
Hopefully, it's a very different story in this game.
I mean, I am not hoping that.
I am very much hoping that.
As we, of course, are two very unbiased commentators in that
Of course.
both our
Fine,
teams.
I feel it balances out. There's
Yeah,
enough bias both sides that
yeah.
overall it's a balanced commentary.
And just outlandish statements when we realise that our team is just not behaving as we hoped they should. So, let's kick it off with the 5th, 6th place playoff. Where am I going? Simulate with Simcast. This is, of course, retire Carmelo retire as the LA Clippers, and Wakanda Panthers as Golden State Warriors. Just holding off on a potential comment from the retire Carmelo retire GM, but he's gone quiet, so let's go. Tight game in this first. RCR building up a bit of a lead now.
And there's your comment from retire, Carmelo, retire.
He's feeling pretty confident about this game, and his team are looking like they're playing that way. The incumbent of the Ross last season knows at least that he can't win it again this season, but he might well succumb to a 6th place finish here. But as we mentioned previously, is sitting on some tasty picks for next year's draft.
Yes. Really is a tale of two very different drafts next season, this game.
Yeah, this for all the bravado, this matchup doesn't mean anything, because next year, all going well injury-wise, things should look a lot different for both of these teams.
I mean, it's about that third quarter.
Yep.
That third quarter, 9 points on the boundary. 9 points.
Just, I kind of want to see what happened. So RCR claiming that next year will be a big restructure, and it will be a huge restructure. Some will consider that the team are just straight flopping and not really competing.
I assume that just means he's going back to his central ways.
Oh, ho 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 ho! Could we see a return? Many worshippers have gone missing for a year. Could we see some completely outfield drafts again, like that draft?
Like, going so deep, I'm going to pick Chris Middleton, injured for 6 months.
He turned out to be longer than that, 6 months as well. I'm pretty sure he came back just before playoffs, but they were just like putting him out on court just for the sake of it, because they weren't really competing for anything.
Of course, let's not forget the Kemba Walker debacle as well.
Oh yeah. I regret nothing on that front.
Where all but one person went, oh, we'll be really nice about this.
Nah, sub that.
One man. Nope.
The commissioner, no less.
The one man who was above the law.
I mean, if I was doing that, I could have just given him the player back. But I mean, if you drop a player and you're 3 seasons in, that's on you, man. Come on, that's rookie stuff. First year, all right, I'll give rookies a pass. This is your 3rd year of the same league in the same format. Ain't nothing changed. Just don't drop your star players, because I will pick them up. I'm pretty sure I had like 5th round priority as well, so it proved that a lot of people passed up. And I just went, nope, 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 nope. Court of arbitration. We don't do that in this league.
Oh, tail of 3-pointers. There you go. That's what happened.
Yep. Just bomb after bomb after bomb from deep. %40 to 17%. Ooh. Terrible free throws as well for the Warriors. Getting caught on the fast break. At least they were still scoring in the paint, but they won't be able to match it outside. Money craven. There ain't no money in this league. I could make it a pay league. see who wants to talk big next season. Other than that, the stats aren't looking too bad. It does just look like the threes were the difference in this matchup.
Yeah.
They hit a 27-point lead at one point. I didn't even notice that. Must have been in that 3rd quarter before they pulled it back. But anyway, we're delaying. Let's get to the big match.
Hopefully we're not just delaying the inevitable.
Oh, I'm so tempted just to take control of my team right now. Just like, yeah, huh? What? The whole commentary. So as ever, this coverage is brought to you by 2K TV, wasting our time when we just want to get to the match. I'm not even paying attention to that question. Let's get into it. So, game 2 of the Jenny Bowl. New York Knicks, aka Foregone Conclusion. Charlotte Hornets, aka Calm Dark Spirit, battling for the title of the Jenny in what is our 6th season? No. How many seasons of this have we done now? No, it's 4, because you've won 3 of them.
Yeah.
Which is the depressing
Easy
stuff.
for me to count.
Yeah, I'm going to struggle if I win and you can't call your team name something that includes you, like the league number.
If I lose, I've got my team name sorted.
Oh, seriously already?
Yeah.
Well, you are always prepared for the new season. Giannis is prepared for this game. Gets the first bucket after Foregone Conclusion took the initial possession of the game. But Morant is the player that I am worried about.
I need Morant to be doing what he was doing last game. He was everywhere.
And I have no doubt that he will, because he was phenomenal. As Siakam just wanders through the defense for an easy dunk.
That's more like it.
Booker finds Giannis outside, working it inside, finds Vucevic inside for the slam. A lot of bravado going on at the moment. Just dunk on dunk. Hopefully we'll get some oops
It's
to
because
really spice things
they
up.
watched the Ross earlier and all the chat of the inside game. Inside game is what matters.
There's Morant now outside with 5 to shoot. Trying to find some space. Gets it over Booker and there. Oh, he just stepped inside. It was a 2, not a 3.
I think that should be looked at.
Vucevic gets inside, can't get his layup to go, but will go to the stripe for 2.
taking a little bit longer to get those get the first foul of this game than in game one.
Yeah, well, by this point, I think you were in the bonus. And I think,
But again, we're looking at this Nicola on Nicola matchup.
yeah, it was just thrilling last game. It was just like block on block on block. Full conclusion with Beal now. Morant inside, runs into Doncic and draws the foul. It's a reaching foul from Doncic. Still quite grabby.
Yeah,
Oh,
we saw
Spirit.
this last game from the Spirit. Really did try and grab a lot.
Well, I wonder if it's just. I mean, your team possesses a lot of pace right now, as Beal hits a 3 from outside. So I'm wondering
He
if
had a
they're going
quiet
for the steals.
game in game one. So let's hope that's a sign of big things to come.
As Giannis tries to do it all alone, can't get it done. Zion now takes it up the court, finds Beal inside, draws the foul, and that's all it will be. He will go to the line for 2.
It was a lovely pass from Zion. Lovely vision to find Bill. Nearly fell for Tatum, who obviously had foul trouble last game.
Yeah, I'm hoping he can keep himself a bit clearer this game. So far, so good. But he'll get done what needs to get done. As Bill makes both his shots from the stripe. Booker now outside. Finds Giannis. Working on Zion. Dunks on Zion. Sends him flying. Sit down, boy.
It's only going to make him angry.
Now, what do you know? Little young buck.
Been put down by a young buck.
Oh, Vucevic gets the block but can't stop the block on Jokic, who was behind him and in for the dunk. Booker now working on Morant, trying to find an opening. Finds Vucevic inside. Nice easy jam for Vucevic.
Both teams definitely doing well finding space, finding their man.
Morant can't get it to go past Booker that time. Booker showing a bit of experience there. Just enough D to put him off. Finds space thanks to the screen. Can't get his 3 to go though. Knocked loose from Morant, but he finds Siakam. Now Zion inside. Finds Morant, who does get his layup to go.
Definitely picking up where he left off.
Yes.
The end of game one.
It's a strong start for him. It's a strong start for both sides, both up in the 60% for field goal percentage, as Doncic gets his first points of the game.
Hopefully last.
I think last time he was only beaten by... Oh, big block from Vucevic on Morant, but Jokic is there to clean up. Yeah, I think Doncic was second in points for the Spirit. behind Giannis, who picked up the player of the game, but not our player of the game.
No, Jari did put on a clinic
Yeah,
in that second half.
and that it just couldn't go unnoticed, despite score line or whatever. That was a phenomenal performance from him, as he's still working around. Finds Jokic inside, can't get it to go past Vucevic, who's starting to warm up a bit now. Finds Tatum, brings it up the court. Outside on Beal. Finds Doncic inside, smothered by Morant. Kicks it out to Booker. Booker can't get his three, but Vucevic picks up the second chance and gets it to go.
So again, both Nicolas have started well.
Yeah, a lot of play going through both big men in this game. Not so much foul trouble for the big men. We are almost halfway through this quarter, and I think we've only had a foul apiece.
Yeah. Some lessons have been learned since yesterday.
The referees
Still
aren't taking any.
Tight with this first quarter.
It is close, holding the lead by just 2 at the moment. And you do have possession, so could push that to 4. There's Beal now in the corner, trying to get around Doncic. Gets fouled hard by Doncic.
That 2 early fouls on? No, it's Tatum who got the first two.
No, it's 2 on Doncic and one on Tatum. I think I've got an extra foul on you.
Yeah.
But not as worried about the bonus this time as I was last time.
But I mean, that's some early foul trouble for Doncic, and we saw how that affected Cat in the previous game today.
Yeah, I think Doncic can decide he doesn't want to get a bit grabby, and he does get subbed out for now. And the capable Mitchell.
It's a sensible precaution.
Yep. In a like-for-like sub, somewhat. Beal now gets all the graft from the crowd, but it doesn't put him off. Drains it.
He's an experienced player. It'll take a lot to throw him.
Experienced player and all-star. Booker blows past the defense, but can't get the dunk to go. Zion held up by Giannis. Finds Morant. Up against Booker. Finds enough space and just gets it to go. Morant again, just getting things done in this game.
Morant just seems to have the measure of Booker at the minute.
Booker is somewhat wasting his opportunities. He's playing a lot like Steph was in the last game. Just going for lots of threes and not getting it to go. Morant staying inside. Gets blocked by Giannis though. But he's still got the ball. Goes again. Gets another block by Giannis on Morant. Booker finds Giannis. Trying to go up against Beal. Draws the foul from him. Can't get his bucket to go. But he will shoot too.
We saw some issues, a few free throws yesterday from Giannis, but surely he'll be much calmer at home.
Yep, he gets his first one to go. And it is a whole field swap for foregone conclusion. And a couple of changes for Khan Dark Spirit. Giannis gets both. 4-point lead now for foregone conclusion. Draws the foul there. And that puts foregone conclusion right on the edge of the bonus.
Still feeling confident about foul trouble in the bonus?
Nope. Not anymore. As Gilgeous Alexander gets his first to drop. And Harris checks in for Giannis Antetokounmpo. I'm still trying.
You're doing better than Jack.
Yeah. Gilgis gets both to go. 100% from the free throw line in this first half.
We saw this yesterday from both sides, strong at the charity stripe. Only a couple missed.
Oh, Shea, no good on the three there. He had time and space but couldn't get it to go. Harris now. Pressured by Oladipo, finds Barton. Finds Mitchell outside for three. Doesn't get it to go, but Harris is inside with the second chance point, but that's tipped. Valanciunas picks up the third chance effort, but then draws the foul from Oladipo. Full on conclusion, doing everything they can to keep a lid on that basket.
Oh, we know what's at stake. After yesterday, it was one hand off Jenny for us, one on for you.
I'm hoping we can steady ourselves. As Mitchell checks back out already, and Zach LaVine checks in for an interesting change. Valanciunas gets both to go. Oladipo now finds Gilgeous-Alexander. Oh, and steps out of bounds unexpectedly and without that much pressure on him. I feel like he could have just checked his run a bit and just, kept himself in bounds. But now we have Barton for the Spirit. Finds Valanciunas. Harris now outside. Drives inside. Followed. Can't get these two to go, but gets a second chance effort. And does up against Sabonis, who again had a great first game.
Nice little run here from the Spirit to close things back to just a 2-point game.
And LaVine keeping Oladipo at bay. Rebounds stacking up for the Spirit as they look to overturn this 2-point deficit. LaVine now on the wing trying to find some space. Gets sent back by Sabonis. And now Oladipo can run it up to Middleton. Blasts his way through the Spirit defense and just gets a nice easy layup at the bucket.
Again, just finding those points in the paint, finding the inside game.
Ooh, Harris with a nice pass to Valanciunas with the slam. There really hasn't been a lot of three-point shooting apart from Booker early on and Morant's couple of efforts.
And one from Beal, but compared to certainly the last game we saw today, where there was a whole host of wayward threes, and much more inside game.
Definitely a lot more inside movement. It's leading to a lot of blocks and steals. Middleton with the mid-range jumper doesn't get it to go. Adebayo though gets a rebound, slams over Harris. And speaking personally, my defense is atrocious right now. My team really need to pick it up, step up the pace.
Nah, I think they're doing just fine.
I'm liking the amount of second chance points we're picking up on the offense, but
yeah, I'm not so much. I think I'd like to see my guys get a bit more aggressive in grabbing those boards. But pretty even on field goals.
He's pretty even on field goals. Gilgeous-Alexander tries to blast past Harris, but it does get tipped out, and full conclusion will retain the ball. Sabonis with the inbound to Holiday. Goes for the jumper, no good. Valanciunas with the rebound. Barton finds LaVine, goes for a mid-range jumper, no good. Feel like that was a bit rushed. They could have held off for a better opportunity there.
Still there's still the rebound numbers still looking very much in Spirit's favour.
Adebayo finds Hield. Hield can't find the bottom of the net though. Harris will bring it up. Looks for space, looks for opportunities. Goes alone, draws the foul. Can't get his bucket to go. But after early foul trouble for the Spirit, that now ties both teams up at four fouls apiece.
Yeah, it's been a lot calmer than the last game at this stage in terms of the fouls.
Some cleaner steals, cleaner blocks. Still just as aggressive play though. I think it's just been on defense that hands have not been. It's been much clearer in their direction.
Now we're seeing Gordon check in.
As Harris ties the game up at 25 apiece. Gordon now working on Harris. Adebayo goes over Holmes to get his two. Barton now
It's a very tight, very even game so far. But Adebayo is definitely heating up.
As is Zach LaVine, hits a three.
Of course, we're getting, as we mentioned yesterday, the LaVine-Gordon rivalry.
It's the rematch that everybody wants. We're just waiting for someone to dunk on someone. LaVine now with an opportunity, bringing the ball up the court. Just waiting for Gordon to get in his way. He doesn't. Hield goes up against him. That can't stop him from dropping it, but does draw the foul, but sends him to the line.
I mean, definitely looking good at the end of this quarter. I think he's turning around to give the Spirit a 2-point lead.
Well, he's had a solid start to this game. Needs to buck up on his free throw shooting though. Holiday almost commits an unnecessary backcourt violation. Bringing the clock down though, goes from deep, can't get it to go, but the Spirit won't really get a chance to do anything else. And after trailing most of this first quarter, lead by a slender point going into the second.
It's a high scoring first quarter, but very even first quarter. Neither side really standing out on defense.
We've seen a lot of high scoring first quarters at the moment, but this being the highest of them all, as both teams are round about that 30-point mark. Which speaks volumes given the amount of blocks and steals we've already seen in this game.
Yeah, so many of those blocks have led to second chance points.
Yeah, that is true. Plenty of blocks, but not a lot of turnover of possession. There's LaVine and Harris now working it from outside. Uses Holmes as a screen to try and get inside. Floater. Rebounds his own shot. Can't get it to go though. Holiday gets the rebound and finds Middleton. Hield now working inside. Stripped by Covington. And he'll send the Spirit the other way to LaVine. Blocked by Adebayo. And Middleton now with a clear path to the hoop. Oh! Great foul there from Covington to stop the easy two. And the ball doesn't fall. So it'll only be 2 shots at the line for Middleton. Can't make a 3-point play there.
A sensible foul, really. Stop the easy bucket. But we know that Middleton's a strong free throw shooter.
Yep, so we expect him to put foregone conclusion up by a point now as Doncic checks back in. And he does get both of those to go. Doncic now bringing it up for the Spirit. Finds Levine. Working it from outside. Going up against Hield. Finds Harris outside. Harris. Nice layup. Over Hield. So that gives us the 6th lead change of this game. Holiday works inside. Oh, big rejection from Holmes. But foregone conclusion, will retain the ball and have 15 seconds left on the clock to do something with it.
Yeah, that number of lead changes showing just how close this has been at the first half.
Very close game, very tense game. Very clean game compared to yesterday.
Absolutely.
Hield works on Doncic. Finds Adebayo. Outside to Middleton. Hield now, trying to work inside. Distance 2, no good. Covington picks up the rebound. Sends the Spirit the other way. Fast break opportunity, but held up at the top of the arc. Still has the ball in play. Tries to go it alone, unnecessarily, when players were open. Middleton absolutely swamped there. Gets a second chance though. Finds Holiday outside. No good, and Doncic gets the rebound. Harris, oh,
strong
nice
and
pass from
accurate
Doncic.
shooting of the first quarter seems to be fading away somewhat.
Yeah, there's been a lot of missed chances, but that was nice from the Spirit. Worked inside to Doncic. Just a nice, easy layup. Ball now with Holiday outside for a 3, and it is good. And that ties the game up at 34 apiece. Neither team can really get away from the other at the moment. Booker now outside to Doncic. Oh, and he's lost the ball, but Booker has stripped it back. Doncic retains possession. 5 seconds left on the shot clock. Goes from deep himself and gets it to go. Any 3 you can drop, we can drop better. Middleton now working inside from the wing. Gets his jumper to go. There we have the field goal percentage difference now.
Yeah, starting to lean in favour of the Spirit a little, but still a long way to go and still a very tight game despite that.
Yeah, we've still got much of this first half to go, never mind the second half. It's Holiday now, working from the wing on Booker. Gets a fadeaway over Booker, but it's no good. Holmes comes away with it, finds Booker. Passes to Doncic.
Some big changes there. Look like they're on the way. Both sides have a lot of players ready to come on.
Yeah, as we see, Booker is rejected there in his attempt at a teardrop. Holiday inside to Adebayo. Booker with a weird attempt at I don't even know what that was. Just kind of throws himself randomly at Adebayo.
I'm sure Booker really knows what that was. But it didn't put Bam off.
Covington now. Bounce pass to Holmes. 5 seconds on the clock. Finds Doncic outside for 3, and it is good.
And that gives the Spirit 2 possession lead.
And that leads to foregone conclusion to call a timeout. Just talk things over and slow that momentum down a bit.
And get those players on, get those subs made.
So, an almost complete swap, I think, for Karndag Spirit. As is for Foregone Conclusion. As Gilgeous-Alexander is absolutely crowded and can't get his shot to go. And the Spirit just about come away with the rebound. Mitchell now, working his way, finds Giannis outside, but he can't get his three to go. Siakam's shot misses, and Giannis gets a rebound and just wanders right by the Conclusion's defense and just goes right to the cup for an easy jam.
Don't know what they were doing there.
It's the rare lapse in concentration, I think. But Gilgeous-Alexander almost made it through against Giannis, but he draws a foul, which I think is a smart foul from Giannis. Gilgeous was almost through at that point.
It's the first foul we've seen from Giannis. He's got them to give at the moment. And only the second team foul, so better to put him on the line and give the chance of it being only 1 point or no points, of course.
Gilgeous-Alexander makes the first. Still clean from the charity stripe. Foregone conclusion this half. 9 from 9. Can't get the second to go. And it's a 5-point lead. Make that 7 for Giannis, who was heating up quite nicely right now.
Definitely need something from us to try and stem the tide here a little bit before things get worse.
As Oladipo goes for distance. Ooh, rattles around but just bounces out. Booker picks up the rebound. Finds Mitchell. Tries to pass it inside to Giannis. Just get there. Goes over Siakam. Can't quite get there. Vucevic gets a second chance but can't get his shot to go either. Shea brings it back up the court for Foregone Conclusion. Trying to stop the rot a bit here. Driving. Finds Siakam all alone in the corner. But he can't make that space count. Booker now from distance. He can't make his 3 count. Zion will carry it back up.
That's the shades of the second quarter we saw from these two teams yesterday, where shooting just went completely.
But Siakam finally stops the rot of the threes and also of scoring for Foregone Conclusion.
Keeping it to a close 4-point game.
And Foregone Conclusion choosing to go for another timeout again. Trying to make sure that they're not left adrift by Karndag Spirit.
Trying to just stem that rhythm a little bit as well. I'm going to take this timeout to check on how other sports are getting on. And it is good news in the world of football.
What's the score there?
It is 1-0 with 9 minutes to go.
Ooh. That is a huge game for Aston Villa at the moment.
So the stats tell a slightly sad story, I guess. I'm kind of glad that I'm watching this and not that. 1-0 to Villa. We've had 15 shots to Everton 6 shots. We've had the only shot on target.
Wow. It's not one for the fans.
Everton have committed 16 fouls, though.
16.
2 out of 10.
What is going on? This isn't even in a derby game. What is going on? These teams have no reason to be that aggressive with each other.
It's the most played fixture in English football.
Wow. That's a stat. Back to this game, and Morant is now back on the court. Finds Sabonis inside, but can't get his shot to go. Barton will bring it up the court with Giannis running at the other end. Doesn't need him as he takes it to the hoop himself.
This is starting to feel uncomfortable for the conclusion.
As Morant goes up against Valanciunas and it's no good.
Now it's at 10 points adrift.
Warren now trying to do the best to increase that lead, but draws a foul from Sabonis instead. And will go to the line for 2. Still sure you want to be watching this?
Yes.
First one's good.
Seriously, Beal checking back in. Always a threat. Hopefully we'll get a nice run going.
Yeah, he had a good start to this game. Could be just what the conclusion need, along with Morant. Just doing what Morant does best, but he can't get that one to go. Absolutely smothered by the D.
They've learned from the last game and a half just how important Morant is to this team.
And there it is, Oladipo with a chance to get an easy 2, but spots Morant open with time and space, and he drains it for a much needed 3 for foregone conclusion.
That's great play from Oladipo there, showing why he is so well regarded.
So Mitchell worms around inside for a 2. Morant now will bring it back up and hope to set off something by setting off Beal. Goes over Tatum, doesn't quite go. Valanciunas snatches that one out of the air and finds Barton, and then finds Warren in space. Nice easy layup for TJ Warren.
Those rebound numbers really are telling.
Yep, the Spirit looking like they more want to grab the ball after it's already been put up. As Oladipo fouls Mitchell there.
It's only the second team foul of this score for the conclusion, but it's not looking great as we move into the last minute and a half of this first half.
No, and you could probably afford to give away a few more fouls as the Spirit aren't looking that confident from the line. Mitchell gets the second of the free throws to go at least. It's a 14-point lead for the Spirit. Jokic now finds Morant outside to Beal for a nice team 3 there.
That's needed at this stage.
Yeah,
and to build that confidence and build that range.
And that puts Beal on 10 points. As Barton draws a foul on Morant. And in the paint, ooh, the Spirit doubling the numbers of foregone conclusion in the paint. And hitting a greater field goal percentage. Mix that with the rebounds and I think you've got the tail of this match right here.
But we saw everybody loves Draymond come back from pretty far back of the half to still get a win, and so there's still hope here for the conclusion.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of spirited comebacks in this playoff series, which I will be guarding my team against, and complacency and overconfidence, as we are still not hitting from deep.
Hitting from deep is Beal starting to look confident out there.
Valanciunas doing the grimy work inside. Barton putting off Morant just enough, but Sabonis picks up the rebound and gets a second chance effort. Now just 8 seconds separating shot clock and game clock. Barton now outside. Finds Levine in space. Can't get a 3 to go though. Beal picks up the rebound. Sabonis finds Morant. Morant finds Jokic inside. Valanciunas can't stop him from going around him, and there's just 3 seconds left on the game clock. As Mitchell lobs one up from distance, but it is no good. And that is the half. That is a 9-point lead for the Spirit.
A nice comeback towards the end of that half for the conclusion.
Yep, just keeps things just that tense.
As upsetting news comes in from Everton.
Oh, has there been an equaliser?
It has. With Everton's first shot on target.
I mean, I'm trying not to laugh. How much time's left on that game?
Not enough. Oh, there's so many big games coming up at the bottom end of the table in the last 2. Watford West Ham is such a huge game for us now.
I have to say, this is the first season where I've noticed that it's been very close on both ends, to the point, but also that like the final matches mean everything. Like, I'm pretty sure across the league there isn't a match, there might be 1 or 2 that just doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, just the way it's fallen with the fact that West Ham in their last 3 have still got to play both Watford and us.
Yeah.
It's just going to be horrible. We really could have done with taking 3 points today and not conceding in the 87th minute.
Carlo Ancelotti, a seasoned vet at getting the job done.
His lost record at home is ridiculous. It's something like he's only ever lost 3 times at home in the Premier League.
Ever?
There's some ridiculous stat like that came up.
I mean, he had Chelsea before, but still, that's still insane. So, Countdown Spirit will get us going with Giannis bringing the ball up the court. Finds Doncic, drives inside, puts it up. Vucevic with the rebound. Second chance effort, but can't get it to go. And he's tipped the ball out. So, foregone conclusion, we'll take the ball. Beal now at the more familiar 2 position for him. And his shot is tipped by Vucevic. Giannis will send the ball up to Doncic, who drives inside and gets a dunk over a crowd of people. And that sends the crowd wild here at the Spectrum Centre. Beal now working it inside, no good for him. Doncic finds Giannis. Oh, spins round Morant and just slams it home for a fantastic play where he was outnumbered 3-1.
It's not the start of the second half that the conclusion wanted.
As Vucevic gets a block on Morant to further make matters worse for foregone conclusion. Doncic inside for the 2. Just increases that lead before Jokic slams to quieten the crowd here. Booker outside now, still yet to score. Works it inside, goes up to Morant and gets his first points of the game. Morant finding space, goes up against Giannis, can't get that to go though. Doncic.
That poor field goal percentage just carries on.
Meanwhile, the Spirit are just getting buckets from inside, pushing that stat of points in the paint, and just slowly but surely driving up that lead as Jokic draws a foul on Vucevic. For his first foul of the game. Can't get the first free throw to go though. And that'll put added pressure onto this foregone conclusion team.
We do need something from this team to turn things around. Need some big plays.
Gets a second to go. But it's a big lead for the Spirit. As we've got Booker outside, finds Doncic. Goes inside, but it is sent back flying by Jokic, caught by Beal. Takes the ball up the other end, finds Morant outside, goes for a 3, but it is no good. Vucevic with the rebound there. Doncic now outside, finds Tatum inside, up against Siakam, but gets it to go. Jokic finds Beal.
It's definitely looking worrying. Yeah, for the conclusion.
Zion battling down low. Gets the rebound, goes up for the second chance effort, but just gets crowded out. Oh, misses.
Those free throws now just not dropping the way they were.
So a few changes here for foregone conclusion. Hoping to switch up their fortunes. Zion misses both free throws. Giannis finds Doncic at distance but can't get it to go. Now Siakam comes back up the other way. Finds Adebayo inside for an easy dunk.
More of that, please. That's what we want to see.
Trying to keep this Charlotte crowd quiet. Doncic now working it inside on Holiday. Draws the foul and gets the bucket. 3-point play chance for Luka Doncic.
And Gordon's checked back in, as if that will turn the tide.
Well, they're hoping that maybe his battle against Levine will spur him on to do something individually brilliant, and that will spur the team on to overturn this 19-point difference. Do we have any further news on the Villa score?
It's finished in disappointing fashion. 1-1. Is really putting the pressure on the remaining games.
And it's going to be tough
It's interesting.
It's going to be tough to get out of that position. Currently 3 points adrift of safety.
3 points against Arsenal. Fine.
I mean, it's doable.
I mean, at this point, say the weird one is Watford West Ham kind of need Watford to win.
Yeah, because I'm hoping that West Ham decide to go on a bit of a run to do United a bit of a favour.
I am not. We've got them last year of the season, so if Watford can beat them, that could keep them just 3 points above us. But we'll see. After the disappointment of that, I can only hope for some joy coming from this quarter and a half of basketball.
But it's not looking too good.
21 points down, it's
Booker
not
pushes
looking
to 23.
Great.
Booker not been all that effective scoring, but I think he's been a force whilst on the court, drawing players, finding his teammates. Gilgeous-Alexander tries the floater, but Vucevic is there to put him off. Booker will bring it up now. Tries to find Giannis in the middle, but Zion plucks it out of the air. Tries to find Gordon. Gordon is stripped. Booker now. Fast break opportunity, and Giannis all alone slams it down for an easy dunk. And he has got the crowd fired up.
This is not looking good for any chance of a 4.
Giannis steals.
But as I've already discussed, at least the team name is sorted.
The next season rebuild is already in progress.
No, not necessarily a rebuild, just a rebrand.
I mean, it has been a stellar run in the league, and it has taken a worldwide pandemic to stop you from lifting the trophy for an unprecedented 4th time in as many seasons as we've run this flipping thing.
But it's not over yet.
It is not over yet.
There's still time to overcome a 28-point deficit.
I've been feeling confident about my fantasy runs before, and then to just be absolutely cast asunder by
both
you
Doncic and Giannis on a hot streak.
And there's Giannis with another slam. This team are really starting to gel right now. Adebayo finds Gilgeous-Alexander in the corner. Middleton now. I can't help but think that Morant needs to be on the court. 4 foregone conclusion. Adebayo drives in, but can't get it past Giannis. Gets a second chance. Finds Middleton on the wing. Middleton held by Giannis. Finds Holiday. Tipped by Doncic. Held by Doncic. Finds Giannis. And they will go up the court now to push an even bigger advantage if they can. 5 minutes left in this third quarter. Giannis now outside. 4 seconds to shoot. Goes from distance. Doesn't get it to go. Holmes picks up the rebound and can't get his shot to go either. Middleton can't end the drought either. Mitchell now to Doncic with an easy layup. Making Holiday look just pedestrian right now.
All too easy. All too easy here for the Spirit.
Middleton now guarded by Giannis. Has a lot of hands in his face, but does draw the foul from Robert Covington and will go to the line for 2.
Big changes here for the conclusion.
Yeah, you've got to shake things up at this point, because
an entire team change, pretty much, for the Spirit.
I only think is just about shielding and maintaining fitness as they go down the stretch in this game.
Hopefully this gives the conclusion a chance.
As Mitchell
Giannis
misses his
and
attempt.
Doncic off the court.
Both of those players have plenty of energy and love to run the ball. Just constantly probing for space, which just draws headaches for anyone trying to defend them. As Rashawn Holmes gets a block there. Levine finds Mitchell out wide. Can't get his shot to go. Loose ball foul from Jonas Valanciunas.
Conclusion definitely to get some more points on the board for the end of this quarter and try and eat into this 30-point deficit.
Yeah, reminder that we started this half. Only 9 points difference between the two teams. And
yeah, it's been a very big quarter for the Spirit.
Yeah, just Giannis and Doncic both going ham, getting things done. And conclusion just didn't have an answer.
But it's so hard when both of them are on form. It's just very hard to stop.
It is now with Oladipo running out of time. Finds a bit of space beyond Mitchell, but can't get his long-range jumper to go. Mitchell now in the corner, trying to find some space. Goes for a teardrop, no good. Mitchell trying to find his rhythm in this quarter. It's not quite coming to him. He's only scored 3 points this game.
That's 3 more than Oladipo has scored.
A nice pass
easy,
there from Hield.
easy 2 for Sabonis there.
Great assist from Hield there. Mitchell drives, but is blocked by Oladipo, who finds Middleton for an easy 2, and this lead is starting to get cut down a bit now.
This is what the conclusion needed. Needed a little run.
Levine now up against Sabonis. Can't get it to go. Great defense from Domantas Sabonis right now. Finds Hield. Hield now driving up the court. Finds Oladipo underneath the bucket, and that's his first points of the game.
This is more like it from the conclusion.
It's a very spirited end for the conclusion at the end of this third quarter.
But you look at that field goal percentage, 34% currently for conclusion. And it's poor.
But Hield doing his best to drive that back up. Steals the ball, drives it up the court, lays it up himself, and draws the foul for a 3-point opportunity.
This is more like it. This is the fighting spirit that we needed to see.
Some big changes for the conclusion.
Looking to try and push and capitalise on this momentum. Getting Ja Morant back on, the danger man himself.
Now sat with Morant, Heald and Beal all on the court at the same time. Definitely pushing the small ball as Levine goes from distance and no good. Heald now drives the ball up the court. Looking for space. Up against Barton. Gets a screen from Sabonis. Drives it inside. Gets an 11-foot jumper.
This is a very spirited end to this quarter. Or is it too little, too late? Is that lead still just too great going into the fourth?
Well, it's going to take something special from foregone conclusion to really drive and overturn that. But of all the GMs and teams I've seen in this league, I can imagine that it would be yours that could do it. So I am taking nothing for granted right now.
Yeah, it ain't over.
As Levine gets his first shot to go. That lead cut down now to just 20.
Just a mere 20.
I mean, it was 30, so you know.
It was very cool.
Just saying. Stays at 30. Sabonis picks up the rebound and instantly sends Beal out on the offense. Held up by Barton.
Bonus catching fire with that rebound as well.
Finds Sabonis. Sabonis now. Looking for opportunities. Finds Morant out with space. Ooh, unlucky on the 3 there. Barton now drives it up the court with 3 seconds left on the clock. Can't get it to go. Sabonis thought he might have put up a wing and a prayer, but he couldn't get it to go.
That's 20 points in it going into the fourth. It's going to take something special for the conclusion to keep their title dreams alive.
But as I've said, if there's any team that can muster up a bit of fourth quarter magic, it would be the foregone conclusion.
You're looking at going up against really 2 MVP candidates in Giannis and Luka. Here we see the assist of the game again, as we've seen throughout the series. Quite a pedestrian pass.
Yeah, I'm starting to wonder about State Farm and what they're doing. There's been some quite tasty assists in this game. I was thinking about it earlier because I was watching them go in. I was thinking, I bet you it's going to pick a pretty mundane assist, and lo and behold, State Farm did not disappoint.
Or did,
yeah.
Beal trying to take an early 3, but just can't get it to hit. Still yet to score in the second half.
This is interesting. Zach LaVine given a pointer on defense from Jason Tatum. That being Levine's first foul of the game. And on Nikola Jokic, no doubt, who he had no right to even be contesting against, really.
Maybe it's like Tatum just starting to get a bit too big for his boots a couple of seasons in.
Sabonis takes a seat in favour of Zion Williamson.
Hopefully we can see him come in with some big blocks and some big dunks.
Jokic gets both of those to drop. Still not seeing many oops. I don't think I've seen any oops this game.
No, not this game. Which is a real shame.
Vucevic just about finds Barton with that pass. Barton tries to drive to the cup but can't get it to go with the D all over him.
This is much more like it defensively from the conclusion.
Beal now finds a bit of space but can't get his shot to go. Jokic almost steals that from Levine, but Levine finds Harris. Now to
I
Tatum
mean,
in a bit of space on the
taking all
wing.
of those defensive pointers from Jason Tatum to get that ball.
Beal now with the ball outside to Morant. Back to Beal.
I think Bill's in a lot of space there before that pass to Morant. Could have done more with it, I think.
Gets his jumper to go. Could have gone for a 3 early on, but he's settled for an easy 2.
This is getting some points on the board for this half, but building that confidence, trying not to do what Steph did earlier.
Yeah, that was really unusual from Steph. Really, just wayward shooting.
Cold from deep and just kept going from deep rather than trying to build up some confidence. But they paid the price in the end.
Right now, gets a 12-foot jumper to go. Trying to keep foregone conclusion in this, as we have about over 9.5 minutes to go left in this final quarter. Levine goes up against Zion, draws the foul, so he'll go to the line for 2. Levine having quite a good game at the moment.
Yeah, he has done well this game. He has put in a real shift.
Just been threading in between the first team and the second team. Not really setting points or anything alike, but just getting a solid job done and making sure that lead is just maintained.
You see Giannis check back in, bringing that European dominance back on court.
It's time to put the Yanks in their place. Beal now from distance. Tatum just about holds on to that one. Finds Booker inside to Vucevic. Nice easy 2 in the paint. And that's Booker's 6th assist now.
And like that, it stays at a 20-point lead with 9 minutes to go.
Beal draws a foul from Giannis. His second.
We've seen Beal this season really turn it on for the Wizards late on, more than once.
And that's it. This foregone conclusion side. This foregone conclusion side is full of people that can just get a job done if needs be. So this result is not settled by any means just yet.
But Doncic checks back in, creating that European powerhouse that drives this Spirit team.
And that was enough to put Beal off for the second. Vucevic now. Booker finds Giannis with a distance layup that had no right to fall, but somehow did.
When things are falling, they're falling. You get those nice runs. I mean, look at that field goal work from Giannis. 13 of 18 landed. It's been a great game. Surely in line for another player of the game performance.
Yeah, I think I'd actually back it this time. I think he's just driven this team to no end. Ja Morant has had a quiet game this time around.
Yeah. If it's not him, then it's Luka. The two have really, between them, just taken this conclusion team apart.
Yeah. Some early foul trouble for Luka, but he calmed himself down. And then just got on with the basketball, which is much what he did in the first game. Beal misses the second one. Tatum comes away with it and finds Booker inside. And that is good from Booker.
Is that first half and perfect field goal, free throw shooting. Really just feel a long time ago for this GM.
As Morant can't get it to go against Giannis, and you have to say this foregone conclusion team are looking like they are foregone of ideas.
This is very true.
As Booker now makes it into double figures. Beal with a 3 from distance. Giannis picks up the rebound after that one cans back off the backboard. Doncic now
Falling
inside.
back into the same trap that we saw catnapping hit earlier this evening, of the points in the paint working against us, but trying too hard on their 3-point shots.
Yeah, I guess trying to play a stats game, you need the 3 points. It's a much more attractive and valuable option. But if you're not getting the 2 points inside,
go to work, do the basics, box out, catch them, take the twos.
As Giannis hits 31 points with that bucket. He's having another great playoff night. Morant works his way inside, but can't get past the pairing of Doncic and Giannis, who are putting in an offensive and defensive clinic tonight.
They have been excellent. Yeah. I've said, it's for us Europeans to teach the Yanks how it's done. Or in that case, Canadian. As I believe John Morant is.
Is he Canadian? Fair play.
I think so.
That'll be a boon for the Canadian Olympic team. I don't think he is, unless he's selected to play for Canada.
Can't think who I was thinking of then.
Jokic in the corner gets a nice triple. Maybe just relying on the wrong 3-point players. We're at the halfway point now in this fourth quarter. And Giannis finds Tatum outside. To Booker.
There's a lot of players lining up to come back on for this final 6 minutes.
Yeah, as Doncic picks up another 2 points on the assist from Giannis. Ja Morant finds Zion inside. Vucevic to Giannis. Finds Tatum outside. Jacks up a 3, but it's no good. Vucevic picks up the offensive rebound, but that's no good. Jokic picks up the rebound, sends Morant off, and finds Williamson. Floats one over Tatum. And a great team move for foregone conclusion.
You just feel that it's all too little, too late.
Yeah, Jokic trying to get active with the hands. But Booker manages to find his way inside for a dunk.
Stays at a 23-point lead with just 4.5 minutes to go. As that commissioner nears his first Jenny title.
And, albeit asterisked, I feel deserved title. Because I was genuinely...
It's been a good season.
I was feeling confident about my team. Like, although we finished the main season 4th, and I think no matter how many games left to play I was looking at, I think we were due to finish 4th. I had confidence in the playoff run, just looking at the matchups.
I was feeling good for my team in fantasy terms for this playoff run, but let's see. On the court, they have not done everything I'd hoped. But yeah, it has been we had a very good season.
It's been a cracker season. I think it's been the tightest season we've had.
The playoff spots were open for a long time. Like,
Yeah.
whoever was going to take that final spot was really quite open with even with just a few games left.
So I don't think the leader has ever led by more than 2 games. I think. Pretty sure it's pretty much just been like one game.
As I bring up the table, so at the point that this all stopped, foregone conclusion was sitting at the top on a 14-5 win loss. Eduardo Jamie on a 13-6. The Spirit 12-7, and then Home Sheik 11-8.
Which is just tight, considering I think last year you ran away with. No, you didn't. Last year you clawed it back because you finished.
Last year I snuck in fourth,
yeah.
And then just played well through playoffs and made smart moves for the playoff run. But
it was the year before.
Yeah, even when you move to the 2 outside of that, Catnapping and Carmelo Retire were both on a 9-10.
Yeah.
So it was all very close with still 2 or 3 game weeks left, I think, at that point. So it still could have changed a little, but...
Oh yeah, it made for some very interesting trades, especially as the trade window closed in March. So it meant that no one really knew who was going to be in a playoff position to really...
Yeah. You had 2 people who were definitely out, and I think 2 who were... Maybe the 3 of us were absolutely in.
Yeah.
Made everything interesting.
It didn't quite work out for Carmelo Retire. Choosing to give up everything and get nothing.
We'll see how that goes for him next season. Whether he'll be able to find some diamonds in the rough later on, or whether it's just problematic.
Well, he is a GM known for his research, and he does put in plenty of hours and effort into picking out his draft team. So I'm sure that he will still put up a solid effort next season.
I'm sure he'll have his eye on some interesting picks. I'm sure.
Yeah.
Aaron Gordon, who has been disappointing all playoffs here.
Barely noticeable.
Through the entire season has gone through phases where every point that I'm about to drop him goes on a blinding couple of weeks where he's just absolutely undroppable. So you go, oh, I'm confident in him now, and then, no. Gonna go back to sucking.
Sounds like much like my early season with Kelly Oubre, and eventually I just cut ties because I couldn't handle that stress in my life.
So finally, a couple of weeks ago, talking of Aaron Gordon, finally got around to watching Uncle Drew.
Oh, I still need to watch that actually.
Definitely watch it, you'll love it.
I mean, Kyrie's not doing anything on court, so.
It's on Amazon Prime at the minute.
Oh, and there is the oop. Holmes getting the finish there.
That was a lovely move and a lovely finish to that. This is, as we saw in the final game of the Ross, this is a dominant result. As out of nowhere, a very deep 3. Where have those been all game?
I do think that there must be something in this game that just says, "Oh, you're losing? Yeah, go on, you'll have a 3. Go on, why not?"
At this point, just wanting to see my team break that 100.
And there it is. As Doncic will bring the ball up the court. And we're still being challenged, okay, we still have somewhat of a game. And there we go. He'll just wind down the clock, and that'll bring a close to the 2021 season.
The
Sorry, 1920 season. Flipping heck.
Say, I know we've been in lockdown for a while, but
mate.
surely it's not 2021 yet.
Mate, I have no idea anymore. What is life?
Well, congratulations to the Carlo Spirit Commissioner.
Thank you.
Taking the Jenny for the first time. She won't be with me for a year.
It's been a hard-fought season. I'd have liked to have played it under normal circumstances. You know, I wouldn't choose for this asterisk, but I will take it.
I mean, under the circumstances, there was not much else we could do, and it had to be decided somehow.
Yeah, I felt the league didn't really justify the finishes of everyone, and as we've seen in this playoff series, you know, there's been some upsets and been some surprises, but there's been some quality games throughout.
No, there's the team name change is going in.
So that brings our Jenny season to a close. I'd like to thank Mark Bounds for joining me through that game.
I wish I could say it was an enjoyable experience, but effectively in the last hour and a half, I've seen my football team probably get relegated and lost the Jenny.
It's always next year.
It has been an enjoyable way to see off the season. And I'm sure next season will be just as exciting.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing how that shakes out. I just want to see what the league does.
Live up to my new team name as best I can.
Are you going to give us a hint as that team name, or are we just going to be...
It's already in. It's there. Oh. There and ready.
Ha! Ha! Ladies and gentlemen, it is superb. And let me be the first to break
Genuinely thought of it yesterday and just went, if I lose, it's going to be that.
We will welcome in, formerly foregone conclusion, three-peat winners of the Jenny will now be rebranding themselves for the 2021 season as We Were On A Break! Superb. Absolutely superb. I can only hope that the rest of the team names for next year will live up to it. As ever, Catnapping will have to have Ross at some point, either in their team name or in their GM's name.
So their GM is now Mike Ross.
Fantastic. And that brings our coverage to a close. So we shall sign off and hopefully see you again next year.
Well, hopefully not, because hopefully this won't have to happen.
Maybe we'll just do it for laughs. Maybe
we'll just have some fun with it.
We'll settle it normally and then just be like, nah, that NBA, the 2K thing was actually quite jokes. Let's just run it for lols and see what happens.
Right. Thank you, Kamish. It's been a pleasure.
I shall see you
soon.
Catch
you next time.
Latest.